So O'Neill, when he's back, he's going to be in there, and if he hits, he's playing. This man was 8th in the MVP last year. He's a Gold Glover the last couple of years.
Jacked.
He's an athlete. Yep. He's jacked. I mean, he brings things to the table even when he's not hitting. The thing with Paul DeJong is, and look, I'm fine with Tommy Edman getting some time at shortstop, and that's fine. It hasn't blown up in their face. He's serviceable at any position. But long term, Paul DeJong is really your truly best defensive shortstop. Mm-hmm. Like Tommy Edman is a better overall player. Yeah. He's a better offensive player. But in terms of a guy who plays shortstop, that's still Paul DeJong. Edmundo Sosa, he's fine as a backup. Tommy Edman, I like what he's doing over there, but I still think long term they would like to try to make Paul DeJong work. But Paul DeJong is putting them in a spot where you can't come to the plate and hit a $130.
No.
Paul DeJong, if he hit 230, he would play. If he hit 230 with 17 home runs, he'd probably play 145 games at shortstop. But you can't hit a $130 with no power.
No, I mean, that's why they eliminated the pitcher spot, right? Like, we don't need to have another one in there when you don't have to at this point. So when you talk about the long term, that continues to be interesting for me, because one of the things I think about the team right now is that they've got no shortage of options, and I think the last month has proven that they can get by with what they've got to do there. But I look at Tommy Edman, I look at what Gorman's done, and I think you've got good rotational guys in Donovan and Sosa. Is shortstop still a need that you have to address otherwise, or can you see Tommy Edman being the guy that just makes the shift over a long period of time?
I'm just looking at this. Like this year, the Cardinals can get through it. You give Paul DeJong that contract, though, and you buy out some of his early years because they did look at him as the shortstop of the future. I love Tommy Edman. Is Tommy Edman going to be the man who plays shortstop for the St. Louis Cardinals 150 games a year for the next 5 years? Maybe, but I'm not so sure about that.
Sir Nathaniel.
I don't think Paulie D's ever coming back.
Oh.
To the Cardinals. I just don't. Like right now, there's really no scenario that welcomes him back into the lineup. I mean, you got too many guys that are outperforming him at the big league level. I mean, I just looked up his stats in the minor leagues. He's still hitting like 219 or something like that. 21 strikeouts, so that's still high. I mean, you've got options right now. Their hands not forced because O'Neill's going to come back tonight. He's going to play, but because you've got the DH, you can sort of figure a way to get everybody that's still hitting into the game with enough rotation, rest. You can sit Goldie, you can sit Arenado, and put Donovan at either one of those spots and feel pretty good. And Pujols. The question is, I mean, Corey Dickerson's time is clearly written on the wall because he's not going to come back. Like, this team's got a spark right now, and a lot of it has to do with the youthful energy that's been injected. And so the last thing you want to do is bring back guys that are just – they've been stalemates. They've been awful.
Stagnant.
It worries me that when O'Neill and Carlson come back, I just don't think Donovan should lose any ABs.
I don't think Donovan's going to lose anything. The guy who's probably most likely of the three going to lose at bats between Gorman, Yepez, and Donovan would be Yepez, in my opinion. I mean, he's 3 for his last 14. It's not like he's out of options. He's been good, but right now O'Neill and Carlson are going to have those spots.
Well, and it also feels to me like Gorman has stepped up and given you that production that you wanted to see from the Dickerson acquisition, right? Like maybe you didn't think he was going to have a 950 OPS, but you've got a left-handed answer now. So you don't have to necessarily say that, you know, there's something unique as there was about Yepez. I mean, but again, it's a long season. All of these guys are going to contribute to what you need at different points in time. But for the team to really operate at its best capacity, you got to have Tyler O'Neill being closer back to who he really is.
Let's get to the text line, 855-282-8255. Bring him in. Charlie, I'd rather take a little less defense and the offense than the opposite. You shouldn't tinker around with what's working. So anything other than DeJong, upping his trade stock is to a lesser team in need. I would also explore getting rid of Flaherty, too. Ooh. Yes, I said it.
Trade him to Tampa Bay.
He doesn't know.
Just leave him there while
That's
we're down
not
there.
funny.
For Randy Arozarena.
Yeah,
He'll
exactly.
change the culture.
Yeah.
Yes, I said it. He doesn't know how to close his mouth when he should, and the Cardinals need more pitching in the pipeline. Coupled with the depth that they have, they can go get an ace if they need one.
So because you need more pitching in the pipeline, you're going to trade your best pitcher. Hey, we all know Jack Flaherty has really been injured. We all get that. He still is.
Oh, God.
He's your best pitcher in your organization. However, I think they should trade Jack Flaherty this offseason. Now, look, if the Cardinals were out of contention at the trade deadline, which they're not going to be, I could see that scenario, because then you have value to trade a team where you get Jack Flaherty for a third of 2022 and all of 2023. But let's be real, Jack Flaherty is not re-signing with the Cardinals. He's going to free agency.
Yeah.
So if they can't get a deal done, which I don't think they will, Jack Flaherty being traded this coming offseason, I don't think that's a crazy scenario whatsoever. So, and by the way, sometimes when I'm saying things, I'm not saying them because I want them to happen or they should happen. I think by now we know how the Cardinals do business. Paul DeJong has no trade value, folks.
He's like Vladdy a couple years ago.
Yes, and Paul DeJong is making over $6 million this year. He's making over $9 million next year. That's the last guaranteed year before 2 option years where they have a $2 million buyout. Paul DeJong is going to get opportunity, not because I think he should, because he's making $6 million this year and $9 million next year. And you know sometimes the Cardinals, they're going to give those contracts as many opportunities as possible to perform. We saw Matt Carpenter get at bats for 2-3 years past the time he should, because he was making $17 or $18 million a year.
Keep them coming. Jack chimes in and goes, it was so goofy seeing Paul DeJong knocking in O'Neill with a homer off of Lance Lynn in AAA Memphis. That's kind of goofy. Edman and Donovan are murdering the ball. No way DeJong plays over those guys. Eric in Central West End. Great dude. Totally agree with Nate. DeJong will get traded once the team loses a shortstop to a long-term injury.
I think DeJong at this
God,
point,
am I reading?
if a DeJong trade happens like that, it's going to have to be an offset, just money-wise. Like somebody's taking it back for us because they can do something with it. But I just don't know what you get. I mean, somebody'd have to do us a favor here to make that happen at this point.
That's a
314. So he's all over Charlie. So mean.
that's a hockey trade where you usually take that bad contract and you attach the first round pick.
Oh.
Can you guys trade Charlie for a blow-up doll? God, you're draining. He said you're wrong, I think. You should be, God, you
But
are
this is a
draining.
different person.
Yep.
This is not the Iowa guy.
No, this is 704. I think he's a military dude.
No, 314.
Yeah.
I responded to a text yesterday and I spelled the two. I misspelled
T-O-O.
I meant to put two O's.
Yeah.
And you just feel like an idiot.
Yeah, you do. That's
You
why I
know?
don't
It's
tweet.
like, wow.
I know. I don't know a lot of that. Like, I can't. It is what it is. I have enough trouble reading, trying to write tight. Good Lord. Eric chimes back and goes, could the Angels consider trading Trout in a Flaherty, Bader, Yepes package? Oh, my word. That guy can hit the golf ball.
Well, he
too,
is
by the
0
way.
for his last 26. He's clearly past his prime.
He owes a lot of money.
So I think the Cardinals have good problems. You have a shortstop position where it's not a perfect scenario, but you have enough people who can play that position and also bring offense to the table to certainly get through this year. You love Brendan Donovan. Tommy Edman as a super utility guy is great, and I think Donovan could be that with power upside at the plate. And then you talk about some of these platoon types. So Nolan Gorman, you're loving what he's bringing to the table, but also right now, early on in his career, he's not hitting lefties. So that can also be a platoon situation. Juan Yepes needs to figure it out. He was great early. He's fallen off, and I think he can get it back. But the Cardinals have a lot of options now. So imagine when they get O'Neill and Carlson back. They're going to have a really deep bench. When some of these games you can bring, whether it's a Gorman, an Edman, a Donovan, off the bench, you can kind of give Carlson a rest. You can give O'Neill a rest.
I don't think Gorman's coming off the bench.
Well, they're not going to play him against lefties. I really don't. I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, that's the Albert promotional slot.
Yeah, you have Albert specifically for that reason.
What the Cardinals do need in Tyler O'Neill is some power, though. I mean, they're up to 5th in baseball in team batting average. Take that for what it's worth in this day and age. But they're still middling as far as getting the ball over the fence. They're 14th and tied for 14th with the Cubs in home runs right now. And I think you still got to be able to change the game a little quicker than they are right now, because eventually not Paul DeYoung. He's definitely not the guy I was about to reference. Paul Goldschmidt's going to stop being Lou Gehrig eventually. I think, maybe. And you're going to be able to need to create a little bit more instant offense. So, again, I think that what they've done over the last month has been great. It's helped to steady things. They can't seem to overcome where the Brewers are at, but that'll come in time. But you got to be able to get more instant offense, and the key for it still keeps coming back to Tyler O'Neill getting right, because you still haven't seen this team with him anywhere close to who he's supposed to be yet.
That's why I'm saying this team is already winning a ton of games, and they're right here in the division without 40% of their starting rotation and without 2/3 of their starting outfield. So if they can get healthy and they can get right, I think they're going to be one of the best teams in baseball. I really think that.
Lou Gehrig, eh?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird, though? He died of his own disease?
Bad disease. Great player.
God, that's just very bizarre. Let's see here. Jack chimes in and goes, I saw that Bumgarner is rumored to be traded to the Cards. What are your thoughts, and what do you all think it will cost?
Love that.
For Madison Bumgarner, he's got a nice contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's look it up here. I know he has a good ERA, but a bad FIP, so some of his behind-the-scenes numbers aren't fantastic. I would love the fact, because I like him as a personality.
I like the fact
Good
that
old Mad Bum.
I like the fact he can
go, boy.
He can fix the team bus. If you need to.
that's right. I read that.
Hey,
Yeah, help
Busty.
out there.
So Madison Bumgarner, 3.64 ERA. His FIP is over 5, 59 and a third innings pitched, only 41 strikeouts. So not striking out a ton, but he's going out there and giving you some innings. He's kind of bringing you a level of certainty, which they did that last year at the trade deadline with Lester and Happ. But the difference is the man's making $23 million this year, $23 million next year, $14 million in 2024. So even if you were to get him at the trade deadline, you're basically bringing on $40+ million of payroll over the next 3 years.
Yeah, no.
When he's age 32, 33, 34. That does not feel like a St. Louis Cardinals John Mozeliak move.
What does feel like a St. Louis Cardinals move would be another Arizona pitcher, and that'd be Zach Davies. Contract's low, having a good year, having one of those seasons that, ERA is just over 4, but he's a style of pitcher that'll pitch well here. I don't think that the Cardinals are going to do anything huge and splashy, but I do think it'll be above the regular level of let's bring in this middle reliever, because this is going to be what sets them over the top.
What? Go ahead.
I think the drop off, like the Cardinals just went through. You look at their schedule there: Toronto, Milwaukee, San Diego, and they just played the Cubs, who aren't like horrible, but they're not good. But the drop off from Yankees, Dodgers, and this will be a good test against the Rays. But I mean, statistically, like the Brewers and Padres are two of the best teams in baseball, and to me, Cardinals are right there. Now I know Padres don't have Fernando Tatis Jr., which is that's their team. That'd be like taking Arenado or Goldschmidt out of your lineup and being like, go get them, boys. And maybe even better.
And the Cardinals have played a much better schedule earlier than the Brewers. Mm-hmm. That's another big part of this.
Well, they've got Phillies, Braves on the road coming up to kick July off. Then you come home, you've got 4 with the Phillies, 3 with the Dodgers. I think you're going to really see what side of the equation the Cardinals are on then. And you hope you've got a lot of these guys healthy for that, because you're going to need them at that point, because that's going to really let you know what you need to be doing as the trade deadline gets closer in that stretch.
855-282-8255. Get them in, get them in, get them in. I want to know what you guys want me to play coming in the next break that we have. Slower one must read, ... to understand. Reading will come once letters become words. Yoda. Johnny from the Berg.
Oh.
Thank you. All right, I guess.
Well, the problem is it's not always Cam's fault, because when you're reading a text, all of a sudden it buffers. And then the text zaps away as another text comes at the top of the timer.
And they're doing voice texts because they're driving a lot,
Yeah, because they're safe
and that
drivers.
screws me up so damn bad. Eric in Central West Sunshine goes, y'all ever see Mad Bomb's wife? Holy cow. Literally. Oh. That alone should prohibit the Cards from trading for him, although she'd fit right in at Ballpark Village. Oh, my God.
Well, that's
That
not
was,
very nice.
That was not very nice.
That was one of the biggest drive-bys I've seen
My
in
God.
decades here. Good Lord.
I thought he was like such a nice, like conserved, like he's just like, hi, I'm Eric. I'm a nice, soft-spoken guy.
In fairness, Ballpark Village didn't exactly fill the hole that Harry's leaving did to downtown.
Harry's. Oh, Lord, did I have fun there. God dang. Ball and Bandit, who hates Nate, chimes in and goes, Indigo Girls, closer to fine on the comeback. Okay. Indigo Girls? Oh. Are they heavy metal?
I feel like that's a band my mom used to listen to.
What's wrong with you, Ball and Bandit? Get on with yourself. All right. Let me tell you about something. Let me tell you about lowtusa.com. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. It's a game changer.
Is it easy?
It's easy,
Okay.
baby. You go in there and you're like, hi. And they're here. Let me get your blood work done. You get your blood work done. They'll explain everything to you. Board certified physicians. You walk in there. It's very, again, walking in places like this is the hardest thing. And once you get in there, you know where everybody's at. Like you're doing this. Everybody's kind of going through the same thing. But they'll keep you updated on what you got going in your body, your testosterone levels, all that. And I'm telling you, once you get on this stuff and you figure out and you kind of balance back your levels, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. You're going to feel energetic. You're going to feel horny and confident because it equates to each other. If you're horny, you're confident. It is what it is. Not to mention you sleep like a rock. You really do. Like you have good dreams. Like you get up and you want to take the world and put it in your pocket. You do. You feel great. Board certified physicians and your insurance covers it. Check it out. 2 different locations, South County and Chesterfield. And I'm telling you, they got beer in there and like Gatorade in a can, which is 10 times better than Gatorade in the bottle.
Why do you say that?
I don't know.
You always say that.
Because it is better. It's a proven fact.
There might be less sugar.
No, I like more sugar, so it's probably more sugar. What do you want? I want less sugar? No.
So people usually say, though, that beer tastes better out of the bottle than a can. But what about a plastic bottle versus a can?
Beer tastes 10 times better out of a bottle.
Yeah.
But a plastic bottle, that's just something different to it. A can, man, it just tastes better. I don't drink beer out of a can either, by the way.
Never?
I always put it in a glass.
Dude, you really are.
I know.
Hoity-toity St.
Big
Albans.
time,
Man,
dude.
when you used to live in Eureka, I
No.
guarantee you.
No. I was starting to get this way for a while now.
You will not drink beer out of a can?
I don't think I've ever seen you drink beer
No.
out of a can.
Jeez.
Never. I never do.
Wow.
It doesn't go down the way I want it to.
The key to
Especially
winning
with
the
my
cup is
tummy
being
hurts.
horny.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's very
Double drop.
Oh, Eric and Sister Wilson, God. That's mean. 7 Dust Black, please, and thank you. Ooh, 7 Dust. Damn, good call on that,
That's
man.
somebody's daughter, okay?
Yeah. Jeez Louise. Cam for sure likes things in the can. What is that supposed to mean, Theodore? Get on with yourself. I understand Gatorade in a can. Sky is way better in the bottle.
Ski?
Ski.
Whatever order the Gatorade
Bruce
rankings come
Ski?
in.
Is that what he means by that?
No, it's ski. I think it's like ski soda. It's over in Illinois.
Charlie probably drinks that.
I saw some of that the other day, and I was confused
Now,
what
why
it
would
was.
you say that?
Because you have the one stuff that you put in something, right? The soda thing that you talked about, and that's why I brought it up. I didn't just throw a chirp out for no reason.
First of all, I come from, everybody has their little, I call it pop, by the way. Everybody has their local pop. Here, what's the brand
Vess.
here?
Vess. Elite soda.
Vess is the brand here?
Yeah,
Elite.
the local brand. I get Vess for, you get the club soda when you're mixing drinks and all that.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Faygo Popland, Detroit, Michigan. You probably heard about it. Eminem raps about it. Insane Clown Posse raps about it.
Those psychos.
Faygo Pop. Used to be a quarter
Those guys are nuts.
back in the day.
I wouldn't go to that concert.
By the way, Zevia is really good.
Really?
100%.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, yeah. You know what else is good in a bottle? A message. Oh, the police. Yeah, that was a good one. I was thinking that was going to get a little weird.
No, we can't play the police on here anymore, remember?
No? Oh, because of what, Jimmy?
Message in a bottle.
What?
You remember when we were playing the police a little too much?
Yeah, you
And
did
there's-
kind of get
there's
on a
difficult-
police
So we'll
trend
take a,
there.
I did too.
Remember? No,
We'll take a
Seth
break.
played the police like 8 straight songs.
Oh, that's right. No, it was the Beatles. Even my dad complained about that. It was the Beatles. It was a soft song from the Beatles, and I'm like, okay, I got to get up, baby. I need heavy metal. Cam, Indigo Girls will oh God, they keep coming. Oh, look at that. Cam, Indigo Girls will make the show more diverse. It's what NBC wants us to do. Ball and Bandit.
No.
Oh.
I thought I was here to make the show more diverse.
Guys, Mad Bomb gave his wife a cow for a wedding gift.
I believe that's true.
Actually, that sounds kind of goofy, but if you're a big-time farmer, like if you have a lot of acreage and you have a new cow, like you do things with the cow, you sell the meat, you raise them.
He's from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Big time farmer. I finally finished Yellowstone, too, by the way.
Finish
Big time
it.
farmer.
Don't ruin it
Rancher.
for me. Don't ruin it for me because I'm stuck on, I forgot what season. I'm going to have to go through the whole thing again. I think I stopped watching when they all shot each other 50,000 times and no one got injured. Remember that part? And the cross section of the road, which is impossible not to get hit by a bullet.
When they had that brief interlude, it was like Call of Duty
It's
in
like,
the middle of the
stop
episode.
shooting. Like, come on.
By the way, has there ever been somebody who his persona more aligns with where he's from than Madison Bumgarner, who's from Hickory, North Carolina?
Hickory,
even though his
yeah.
name sounds very country club. Madison Bumgarner.
That's like a Harrison.
Having a Wainwright and a Baumgartner on the same team, big hulking guys like that, that'd be something.
So there's another story. There's a lot of old fables about Madison Bumgarner. One of them is, I think back in the day, he dated a girl also named Madison Bumgarner.
Yes, that's true. That is.
I think that's a real thing.
Like Bernie and Bernadette Federico. Although her name was something else. Her last name, of course. Bernie Bernadette.
There's a whole article on Deadspin. An attempt
Lovely
at
people, by the way.
at-
Love them. I love them.
untangling the legend of Madison Bumgarner dating a girl named Madison Bumgarner.
That's
She look like.
That's as risky as it
Does she
gets.
look like him too? So somebody on a text line send me a picture of that, please, and thank you. 855-282-8255. Cam, what kind of things are you doing with those cows? I ain't doing a damn thing. Although my buddy does have a bunch of acreage in Middle Missouri. I went there the other day like a rodeo clown. Oh, hello, like a rodeo clown, and I wrangled cattle and I actually put it on my Insta story, and I became a cowboy. So sit your ass down. Marilyn Manson, beautiful people. Okay. Why did the city ban electric scooters? I'm sure.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah, it was in the paper this morning.
Was it like snatch and grabs or something
I
like
think,
that?
I mean, they're just scooters just there, like, take me. Might as well take one of them.
They said there's
But you
more of
can't
those
really
in the
use them,
bottom of
can
the
you?
Mississippi than bodies.
There's a lot of those. Well, yeah, because it's all computer. They just turn the computer off on them, right?
I thought you couldn't use them unless you're scanning that code.
I've never been brave enough to get on one
Thank
of those
you, Maddie.
things.
I'm not getting on that.
I
damn
don't
thing.
got that in me.
And hit a pothole.
No.
I told you, Mary from Top Shooters flew a tire on that damn thing. She came in to Top Shooters like, oh,
She
the
took
hell
off?
happened to you?
No, not
Oh,
doing it.
God.
Sorry.
Not
We
gonna
love
do
it.
it.
Not gonna do it.